incredible opportunity.
Durant for three. It's good. Kevin Durant from downtown. And Golden State takes the lead.
Hood picks him up on the switch. Shot clock at 5. Kevin Durant way outside. Delivers! Kevin Durant from downtown. It's a 6-point game. That's the same spot.
And this year, the back-to-back NBA Finals MVP, Kevin Durant.
Is Kevin Durant a snake? Yes. Did Mr. Burner account pull the weakest move in NBA history when he went to the Warriors after blowing a 3-1 lead to them? Also yes. But does this make Stephen Curry ranked higher all time than Kevin Durant? I'm sorry, but it doesn't. In my all-time ranking, I have Kevin Durant at 10, and I have Stephen Curry at like 11 or 12. Both sides wanted KD to play for the Warriors. I mean, let's not act like this was some one-way street. I mean, Steph and Dre recruited KD harder than like the Army recruits 18-year-olds. I mean, they were literally crying in the Hamptons begging KD to join them. And so while history sort of puts this all on Durant, the true reality is that this was both sides really wanting this to happen. I mean, every NBA player ever would have happily taken an MVP on their team. It's not like Steph Curry was like, oh no, we can't run from the grind. We're gonna stick with Harrison Barnes. Steph jumped on that so quickly. And so to me, it's almost an offsetting thing. KD was a snake, but the Warrior players were too. Because they blew the 3-1 lead to Cleveland with the 73 wins, and they still wanted to get way better. So I don't really, factor this in when I'm looking at my rankings, despite being livid at the fact that it happened. So while Steph is clearly the greatest shooter of all time, I mean, no debate there, Kevin Durant is a better overall player, and he just clears Steph. And while they're close, to me the clear indicator is that KD was the obvious first option when the two of them played together. And they're like the same age too, so it's not even like one of them wasn't in their prime. Kevin Durant had both the Finals MVPs when they won together. KD took the last shots, not Steph. It became Durant's team when he was there. And obviously some of the players on the Warriors didn't like that, like Draymond, which was ultimately why Durant left. But it was Durant's team. He was LeBron in Miami, and Curry was Dwayne Wade. And when you look at their career accomplishments, they're really close to each other. Durant has made 14 All-Star teams, Stephen Curry has made 10. KD has made 10 All-NBA teams, 6 of them being first team, and Stephen Curry has made 9 All-NBA teams, with 4 of them being the first team. When you look at rings, obviously Steph has 4 and KD has 2, but Durant has 2 Finals MVPs to Stephen Curry's 1. And besides the Finals against the Celtics a couple years ago, I never really felt like Curry rose up in the Finals. I think that was his biggest knock. And he answered some of the critics obviously by performing so well against the Celtics, but Durant has always performed well. I mean, both KD and Steph are known for their defense, like an Italian restaurant's known for their burger. But when I kind of compare the two, neither were terrible. I wouldn't say there was like a liability, like you had like a Tracy McGrady or a Carmelo that didn't try. But KD, with his length, could block anybody. And so that's like a 60-40, but I always felt like Durant was the better defender. Sometimes you would have to hide Curry if the guard on the other end was a bigger dude. Now at both of their age, being like 35 years old, they're kind of playing helper defense. But when in their prime, I always felt like Durant was an underrated defender. And in terms of overall clutchness, 10 times out of 10, I would have rather Kevin Durant take the last shot. I mean, I think it took Curry a long time to learn how to close. He would have to defer to his teammates. It's why it took him so long to win a Finals MVP. But Durant has always had this. And for some people, you're just born with the clutch gene. Curry worked to improve it, but when a shot's in the air, I am way more certain it's going in when Durant is taking it versus Curry. And the final thing when looking at the two of them is that Steph was invested with FTX crypto and had those cringe commercials, but I didn't see Durant anywhere.
With FTX, I have everything I need to buy, sell, and trade crypto safely.
But jokes aside, I do think that Durant's a better all-time player than Steph. I think it's an eye test thing as much as kind of looking at the stats. If I had to start my franchise with one player in their prime, I am always going to go with Kevin Durant because he's just a better overall player.